Know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
Thanks for joining us. We are those Weekend Golf Guys. I am John Ashton in the studio. He is Jeff Smith at the Golf Cave in Timbergate Golf Course in Edinburgh, Indiana. And he is resplendent in his Hillsdale College paraphernalia because he's just so darn proud of his son who goes there and plays golf. And
you know what? It's so much fun. You know, I yesterday alone, I shot up there.
Mm-hmm.
I was just to see him. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got to go help him out a little bit. Put a little polish on the golf swing and the pitching and the putting, and things came out pretty well. He's pretty pleased with how he's playing right now, and soon he'll be playing in his first college golf tournament sometime soon.
Cool.
So,
well, we will get the rundown of how that went because we effectively played along with you and the highs and the lows of your daughter's golf tournament. So we can do it with your son too. We're all members of the family, you know.
We can.
We are going to we're going to talk a little bit about power, or as they say in the radio business, power. As we said, Jeff swings fast, but we have determined that I only swing half fast. So we're going to talk about your half-fast swing and see how you will be able to fix that, get a little more power. And we're also going to be talking about, now the word I hate to use is scams, but there are a lot of online, well, they're not a lot of, but there are some online scams trying to sell golf equipment, specifically golf balls. There are an awful lot of people getting into the golf ball business, which I can't understand because it's not the highest profit margin area of the golf equipment business. But a lot of people are getting into it. We've got a gentleman we're going to talk to a little later on the show from RZN Golf Balls, which I have been using and I have given to everybody and their brother that I come across on a golf course, and everybody loves the ball. So we're going to talk to him. But we have seen some balls being advertised on social media that seem to be when you order their free sleeve, what you're doing really is signing up to join a membership website, but that is buried in the fine print way down underneath, and you don't know it until you either look and say, what's
sorry
this,
about that, John. You shouldn't have given me your email address.
I have learned my lesson well. We're going to be talking about that. Speed, power, golf balls, scams, and more. Hang out. We'll be right back. We are those Weekend Golf Guys. You are passionate about your business, passionate about your golf game. There's an organization that knows not only are you passionate about both, but you would like both of them to improve. The organization is called the Back Nine Advisory Board, and soon they will be opening again for new members. It is both a business golf organization and a business mastermind. Get on the waiting list for when the new membership openings occur. Go to thebusinessgolfcourse.com and get on that waiting list for the Back Nine Advisory Board. That's thebusinessgolfcourse.com. Thebusinessgolfcourse.com.
Stunning.
You don't have to hit a shot to fall in love with the Pete Dye and Donald Ross courses at French Lick Resort. Our hotel and golf packages are the way to go. Add the casino and spas, and it's a road trip for the memory book. Safely get back to the game you love with one of the packages found online at FrenchLick.com. Legendary golf at French Lick Resort. A breath of fresh air.
Must be 21 to enter casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
You know, if you want a good cigar, you go to a good cigar shop. You want the best cigar, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. So let Famous Smoke deliver your favorite cigars right to your doorstep at America's lowest prices. Now, Famous opened back in 1939, so that's 80 years experience in the cigar business. And they're putting that experience to work for you, making deals on the cigars that you love, from affordable everyday smokes to your favorite cigars for out on the course, to high-end luxury cigars for your next special occasion. And here's an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You take $20 off your purchase of $100 or more when you use the promo code GOLF20. That's GOLF20. Go to famous-smoke.com/golfguys and click the Activate button to apply the promo code. You can pick from more than 1,000 cigar brands. They're all fresh and ready to ship from Famous Smoke's climate-controlled 24,000-square-foot humidor. So check out with the promo code GOLF20. That's famous-smoke.com/golfguys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us and for coming back. We are those Weekend Golf Guys. I'm John Ashton and have a guest with us, Rafeal Fernandez from RZN Golf. I got to say, Rafeal, that first off, welcome to those Weekend Golf Guys. There have been various and sundry folks offering golf balls online. There have been new companies popping up all over the place. But you are not a new company, correct?
Well, we are, but we have a past. We were the creators of the RZN technology with Nike. When
right.
Nike started in 2006 to 2016 when they quit the golf ball business.
Yeah. So you have taken that technology and probably, from what I understand, improved upon it even still, because technology changes almost daily in the golf ball business. And I've got to say,
correct.
You sent me 3 dozen balls, one each of the HS Tour, MS Tour, and the Distance. Being the generous dude I am, I started handing them out to people that I knew or I met at golf courses with the caveat that they had to tell me how they liked them vis-a-vis the ball they were already playing. And I did not get one person to tell me that the ball was worse than what they had. Everybody said it was as good as or better than the ball they were playing. And these people were playing Pro V1s, the TP5s, the Bridgestone new tour ball. I mean, they were playing high-end balls. These are high-end balls, technologically speaking, but if I understand correctly, they don't cost like high-end balls.
We took a decision that we were not going to start getting very, players that it just adds up a lot to the cost of the ball. We put our cost in technology, in distribution, and try to give the end user a price. Again, what is the problem? Our advertising know-how out there of players and all that, it's not there. We don't got a Rory. We don't got a Tiger Woods.
Right.
We don't got a Nicholson. So that's the big difference. And in the golf ball, that's a big cost that they have to add up to the ball.
Yep.
And we don't do that. We're advertising like what we're doing right now. We're doing a lot of promos, but we're not spending that big chunk of money that almost doubles the price of the ball when it goes out to the market.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to pay a company to pay somebody to play their ball. I have to pay to play their ball.
That's how you hear about it, John.
Yeah, well,
that's how you hear about it too. I mean,
I know.
Everything, it's just how you want to approach it.
That's true. And that's why it's so tough. I mean, I've talked to a few people who have gotten into the golf ball business, and, my first question to them usually is, what are you thinking? There's got to be an easier way to make money than to try to compete with the big boys. But now you've got the big boys technology because you developed it.
We have a very special, let's call it like that, technology. Everybody's still today using rubber cores with, different compounds, different materials, but they're rubber cores.
Right.
We're the only ones that are using a resin core. We developed it. It was patented by Nike in the days. We developed them with them, and now we're coming out. It's a different feel to the ball. Some players will like it more, some will like it less, because it's a faster reaction to the impact. That's the big difference in between us and all the rest. The rest is feeling. We always say we're as good as the best. I mean, then it's a matter of feeling, what is better, a Ferrari or a Lamborghini?
Yes. It
depends, they're both great.
Yeah.
What do you like more?
It would be the one I could get out of easier. That's how I would make that choice.
That's a good, or in, or even in.
One of the other.
At my age, at least even in. But it's okay.
Yeah. Golf balls are a very personal choice. Some of us like balls and we have no idea why we like a particular ball. We don't know the terminologies and the technologies to say it feels good, but as long as when we hit it right, and this is what one of the things that I talked to my co-host Jeff Smith about, who's a golf instructor, is I don't play well enough, consistently enough to be able to judge one ball from the other. All I insist on is that when I hit it right, and I know I do on a semi-regular basis, I want it to react the way I expect it to. If I hit my pitch shot or my chip shot correctly, I want to see that ball check up. I want to see it spin. And when I hit my drive correctly, I don't want to see it spin. I don't want to be losing it left or right. I want it to go where my club told it to go. And with the, I was using the distance balls that you sent me, and that's exactly what happened with those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a performance ball. We're not a gimmick out there. This is a high tech, any handicap can play these balls.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They are.
And I think we got a complete line. We got the HS Tour is for a faster swing player. The MS Tour is like a Pro V1. It's more adaptable to everything, all types of player. The RZN is a great ball, like used to be the NXT Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And, all the soft swirling 3-layer balls.
Right.
These balls are good. That's the only thing I could say. They're all good too.
Right.
The Bridgestones, they're great. The Callaways, the top, they're all good.
Yeah.
Today, technology, like you say, I don't think a player will perform the ball if you're not a Tiger Woods or you're Rory or one of these guys.
Right. You just probably explained to me why I like it a lot, because NXT Tour is the ball I used to play when it was available.
Yeah, distance.
And the distance worked just as it was like having my old ball back again. It was great. Now I understand why. Thank you. Good.
Yeah. No, and this one even has a faster reaction because of the RZN core.
Right.
You still have to feel a difference. When you hit it right, it's when you want to know that, look, I hit it right.
Mm-hmm.
Now this has to perform. And these balls perform. And it all depends on what ball you're looking for. I think we got that range covered.
You
and
do.
They're as good as any.
Yes, I would attest to that.
And today.
And everybody to whom I gave a sleeve will also agree to that and attest to it. Because some of them have actually called me and said, "Can I have another?" It's like, no, go buy your own now. So to answer that question, Rafeal, and again, Rafeal Fernandez from RZN Golf is our guest here. Where do people get them? Are they available in pro shops or big box stores or online?
Yeah, we're already covered in 22 states.
Cool.
Green grass really to start. Mm-hmm. They might show up very soon in Edwin Watts. It is more accessible. Right now, players could get it online on www.rznGolf.com.
Okay.
If they can't find it because, again, distribution. The most important thing is that everybody that tries the ball comes back and buys it.
Yeah.
They like it, and they have savings.
Yep. The folks to whom I gave a sleeve are all coming back for more. Of course, they come back to me first to see if they get another one free. And I tell them, no, there's a limit to my generosity. The next time they send me some, I'm keeping them all, buddy. I'm keeping them all.
Well, if we give them away and not sell them, we won't be open for long.
That's right.
The brand will disappear again, but by its own nature.
It's exactly.
Not because somebody decided not to go ahead with it. Yeah.
RZN Golf is not a philanthropic organization.
It used to be a Nike development. It's not even the Nike ball. We can't even say that because the Nike black, gold, and all those. This technology is way more advanced. It's the same base technology, but it's advanced. Our balls have multi-dimple. You must have seen them. Mm-hmm. The Nike balls didn't have that. That technology has been developing. So there's a lot of big changes, so we don't have what I'm saying. We don't have any history at all. We're just coming out there, and it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's a tough business to try to crack, man. But you've got a product that is going to it's going to be cream rises to the top in all fields, and
exactly
golf balls.
And that's our
different.
point of view.
Right.
We know we got a great product, well priced. And it's going to be slow, but I know with time it'll develop. I think in some years we'll be one of the name brands.
I would not argue with that at all. Rafeal Fernandez, RZN Golf. And if you can't get one from your pro shop, or there's not a store in your area that sells them, you can go to RZNGolf.com, get you some there. And then go to your pro shop, go to your local golf course and say, hey, stock these balls because a lot of people are going to be buying them. I'm just saying, word to the wise should be sufficient. Rafeal Fernandez, RZN Golf. Very nice talking to you, man, and thank you for the golf balls, man. They are great.
Thank you, John.
You know, if you want a good cigar, you go to a good cigar shop. You want the best cigar, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. So let Famous Smoke deliver your favorite cigars right to your doorstep at America's lowest prices. Now, Famous opened back in 1939, so that's 80 years experience in the cigar business. And they're putting that experience to work for you, making deals on the cigars that you love, from affordable everyday smokes to your favorite cigars for out on the course to high-end luxury cigars for your next special occasion. And here's an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You take $20 off your purchase of $100 or more when you use the promo code GOLF20. That's GOLF20. Go to famous-smoke.com/golfguys and click the activate button to apply the promo code. You can pick from more than 1,000 cigar brands. They're all fresh and ready to ship from Famous Smoke's climate-controlled 24,000 square foot humidor. So check out with the promo code GOLF20. That's famous-smoke.com/golfguys.
Stunning.
You don't have to hit a shot to fall in love with the Pete Dye and Donald Ross courses at French Lick Resort. Our hotel and golf packages are the way to go. Add the casino and spas, and it's a road trip for the memory book. Safely get back to the game you love with one of the packages found online at FrenchLick.com. Legendary golf at French Lick Resort. A breath of fresh air.
Must be 21 to enter casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
You are passionate about your business, passionate about your golf game. There's an organization that knows not only are you passionate about both, but you would like both of them to improve. The organization is called the Back Nine Advisory Board, and soon they will be opening again for new members. It is both a business golf organization and a business mastermind. Get on the waiting list for when the new membership openings occur. Go to thebusinessgolfcourse.com and get on that waiting list for the Back Nine Advisory Board. That's thebusinessgolfcourse.com. thebusinessgolfcourse.com. And thanks for hanging, coming back. We are those weekend golf guys. I'm John Ashton. He is Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith, the #1 golf instructor in the state of Indiana, according to Golf Digest magazine. Who are we to argue with them? Jeff has said on multiple occasions, distance is not really directly a direct correlation of speed. He has said that repeatedly. Clubhead speed. Right. So now we're going to say, why do you want to increase your speed anyhow? So what will clubhead speed increase get us? I guess it has to be those other three things have to be perfect. Center club face contact.
Right. So let's assume right now, and I it's hard to do that. So let's hold constant in our thoughts, right? That you're still going to hit it in the sweet spot, and you're still going to launch it at a good angle. And then you're still going to have the right amount of spin. So let's assume that those three things or those two things are constant, right? Mm-hmm. And the big factor, the difference maker here in the ball speed is going to be how fast you can really move your club.
Okay.
There are people out there who are doing a great job of producing techniques and training to move the club faster. Some parts of it are hand and arm oriented. How fast we can move them around our chest, right? Swinging lightweight things, swinging things that are heavyweight tend to slow us down, but they build up those muscles. But we train for speed by doing things quickly, abruptly, aggressively, fast, right? Explosively, so to speak. Mm-hmm. We train for speed doing that. And then we train for power and we load, right? On our backswings, we get into a position where we're pushing down into the ground to load our bodies so that we can unload and explode off, right? So we push into the ground at certain places depends on your kind of swing. And then we burst and spin and stand up and we get out of the way and create an awful lot of force. So you watch these guys on TV, right? The Justin Thomases of the world, the Bubba Watsons, the Lexi Thompsons, the Bryson DeChambeaus of the world, right? They do an awful lot of body action. Doesn't look conventional. And people say, well, wait, you can't swing like that. Yes, they can. Look at Matthew Wolff. And people say, you can't swing like that. You can't do these. Yes, you can. There are people out there that are learning from force plates and learning from things that we have these measurement instruments and we figure out what the body is capable of doing. And we learn to move the club faster. And then there's physical trainers out there that are training people to do it. And it's terrific because we're changing the face of golf to be a power sport, not just a control your ball sport. Because it used to be, right? We talk a lot about it. We'd say, oh, you got to be able to shape your ball this way. And oh, you got to be able to shape your ball that way. And you got to be able, yes, you do. but they were kind of doing it under the guise of, well, you don't really have to hit it that hard too. Yes, you do. Because competition golf has changed the world. Go look at last week. What do we see? We see the top 8 money winners, including the tournament winner in the U.S. Open, at a golf course that is uber tight. The rough is monstrously thick, lush, long. The top 8 guys are all hitting it over 320.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 365 from DeChambeau.
Yeah, he wasn't even the longest guy out there.
No.
Rory hit it past him. He's not a big monster guy, is he?
No, he's not. They all have bulked up, though.
8, 170. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. You know, it was interesting. I remember a few years back where Rory was being interviewed about how much is working out, and the people who are thinking that working out's not doing it. They said, well, that's going to cause injury. And Rory's like, no, you don't understand. I'm protecting my body from injury while being able to swing it harder. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't have the power here, I can't compete. But if I don't make my body strong, well, then I can't protect myself from the power that I'm generating. Can't do it. And so they are working out. They are doing these things, and we are creating club head speed. We have to have it. So some of it's in the body, and some of it, the torso, the legs, right? And some of it is in the hand and arm speed that whips around our body as fast as possible and slings the head of the club in there. So if we can keep the launch angle good, we can keep the spin good, and we can keep the center face contact good, we really do have the capacity these days to really move the club very fast.
Okay, so how do we get faster?
Well, that's the best part, right?
Yeah.
So for $49.95.99, you can go to my website now. Right. Yes, that could work, right? No, there's a lot of ways to learn what that is. And the people that I have that I get to work with, it's an awful lot of fun because I get to look at them for who they are, and I get to measure things about them, and I put them on the force plates, and I get to figure out how these people should be swinging. Because if I don't do that, I'm really remiss in figuring it out, because I could just give them some formula that doesn't match their body. The point is me figuring this whole thing out. Who is this person standing in front of me? How big is he or she? What's their body like? How do I get them to develop? And how do I get them to swing their best? And is this one of those things where they're a competitive golfer, where they're willing to go to the gym? Or if they're not, how do I get them to maximize themselves for who they are? So let's say that they're the average Joe golfer. Let's call this golfer John, because we do that so well around here.
We do, yeah.
John is not in peak physical condition.
You could say that.
Let's say you could say that, right? Let's say that John is a casual yet avid golfer, and John is looking to do something as best he can. Well, my job is to find out how John's body works really well. Right. How does he pivot? What are the length of his arms, and how his forearms go, and how does his trail arm work, and how can I get him to load and explode better for who he is today? Mm-hmm. And it's fun to do, because we find out the human and what they're capable of doing right away, and it's an awful lot of fun. So the loading is important. Okay. So
explain loading,
like pitchers. Let's say you're watching a pitcher on the mound, and he winds up, and he coils up his body on that back leg of his, right?
Right.
And he's coiled up, and then he's ready to go. That is called loading. Okay. He is loading like twisting a spring, right? Mm-hmm. So that it becomes taut, coiling it, so to speak, right? And then there's the unloading, which is the unwinding of that. So when you see the pitcher there, and you hear the announcer say, well, there's the wind up.
And the pitch.
Unwind, and there's the pitcher, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what the wind up is like, the load.
Okay.
Right? So you think of that. Sometimes the load is into the right foot. Sometimes it's equally into both. But you'd be surprised at what differences there are. When you watch golfers, you see how they move differently. Mm-hmm. And it's really a good thing. I can figure that stuff out, and we get people to explode better, faster. So let's say John would show up in my studio one day, and I would measure that stuff, and I would figure out what John needs to do based on who John is at the moment. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, he comes out and instantly sees club head speed picks up, because we see what we can do, figure out what's the next thing that's in line. Is it merely hands moving faster? Well, sometimes. Is it loading into the right heel better? Sometimes. Is it stepping on the ball of the left foot at the top of the backswing? Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it can be all of those things. Because we got a launch monitor to measure. He gets to see his club head speed pick up by like 8 to 10 miles an hour. And John's very surprised. Then it's a matter of can John still hit it in the middle of the face when he does it?
There are
Because
ways.
what would be the point of getting the face to go that much faster, but then missing the middle of the face and swinging it at a poor angle?
You can make the adjustment after the fact. You can get the swing speed up and then make whatever adjustments necessary if the swing speed increase is causing him not to hit it in the center of the face anymore.
That's right. You should never train getting it to move faster without keeping it in the center of the face.
Right.
Right.
And that's something you probably shouldn't do at home because you could hurt yourself if you were not being guided by a professional, right?
Well, you shouldn't do it on your own, right? You might have a regimen where some of it's at home on your own.
Right. But I mean, without guidance.
Practicing keeping it in the middle of the face.
Yeah. That's the thing that you have indelibly written on my brain. You really can't get better by yourself, or you can't get as good as you could be by yourself. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, because you don't understand that guy, John, that you keep talking about. He doesn't understand the specifics of how the body works or how the golf swing works. So it's totally hit or miss, if you pardon the expression. with him,
that's a pretty good expression.
Yeah. You need to be guided by a professional. But it's nice to know that even that John guy, who is a casual yet avid golfer, can actually increase his swing speed, to increase the ball speed, to increase the distance without increasing the distance left or right, you know?
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Did you notice how I went through that whole thing and didn't mention avoiding what you need to do with your midsection? I skipped right over that.
Appreciate that.
Isn't that nice?
It's things like you mentioned, but the winding up, can you increase the turn? Make yourself...
Yes, you can.
Yeah? I mean, is that one of the elements you need to do?
It depends on who it is.
Right.
There are people who turn very well, but you know what? Maybe they don't really load.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just twisting without really loading.
Oh, we can't have that. That would just be twisting the day away, man.
It would be.
Yeah.
So you've got to figure out what's going to create the torque and the force.
Mm-hmm.
And, those of us who have some measuring equipment can really take that on to a much higher level than those who don't have that equipment.
And a lot of it is in the legs. Because I noticed, about 10 years ago when I was actually a member of a gym and went on a regular basis.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. Could you repeat that for the class, please?
No, we're going to just move on. I did a lot of leg presses. And after about 3-4 weeks of doing leg presses, I had a noticeable improvement in the distance of my drives because my legs were stronger. And
isn't that amazing?
It is. Very much so.
Interesting. One of the things that I give to some of the people that come to me and they say, well, what can I do without having to go to the gym? I'm like, get on your exercise bike. Go ride your bike.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it works on everything lower body, including the abs and the lower back as well for stabilizing.
Yeah.
Works on your hips, works on your knees, works on your calves, works on your ankles. Riding a bike is actually a very good thing.
If you don't believe that, get on your bike for the first time in a long time and ride it for about a mile and then try to get off of it and walk home. or walk it to the garage. It's like, wait a minute, what is this rubber I'm trying to stand on here? They're formerly called legs, So it does definitely get there. So it's nice to know that it's possible. No matter where you're at right now, how far you hit it or how hard you hit it or how fast you swing or what your ball speed is, it is possible unless, of course, you're at the maximum already.
Yes.
It's not impossible to improve, which is cool. We like that. All right. Mm-hmm. So hang out. We got more. We're coming up just a little bit. Hang out with us. We are those Weekend Golf Guys. Of course, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/golf guys. We would love it if you were to go there and like us. We'd love it even more if you'd go there and follow us, facebook.com/golf guys. If you want a good cigar, you go to a good cigar shop. You want the best cigar, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. So let Famous Smoke deliver your favorite cigars right to your doorstep at America's lowest prices. Now, Famous opened back in 1939, so that's 80 years experience in the cigar business. And they're putting that experience to work for you, making deals on the cigars that you love, from affordable everyday smokes to your favorite cigars for out on the course, to high-end luxury cigars for your next special occasion. And here's an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You take $20 off your purchase of $100 or more when you use the promo code GOLF20. That's GOLF20. Go to famous-smoke.com/golfguys and click the activate button to apply the promo code. You can pick from more than 1,000 cigar brands. They're all fresh and ready to ship from Famous Smoke's climate-controlled 24,000 square foot humidor. So check out with the promo code GOLF20. That's famous-smoke.com/golfguys. You are passionate about your business and you're passionate about your golf game. We know that. There's an organization that knows not only are you passionate about both, but you would like both of them to improve. The organization is called the Back Nine Advisory Board, and soon they will be opening again for new members. It is both a business golf organization and a business mastermind organization. Get on the waiting list for when the new membership openings occur. Go to thebusinessgolfcourse.com and get on that waiting list for the Back Nine Advisory Board. That's thebusinessgolfcourse.com. thebusinessgolfcourse.com. And thanks for hanging with us. We are those weekend golf guys. I'm John Ashton. He is Jeff Smith. You know, you have an opportunity, if you like, to go to YouTube and search for those weekend golf guys. You can see this on video. Maybe. Maybe you want to, maybe you don't.
Are you promising something you don't want to promise? Because I think the way that we recorded that, I don't think that we were on the screen in the same size. So
okay.
I think that you got that kind of Santa Claus look going on there without the beard. And so I think you may want to back down on that.
Well, we'll see. Hey, go to YouTube and check. You know, be a surprise for all of us if we're there or not. But anyhow, we just talked with gentlemen about RZN golf balls, which I have had. They sent me a 3 dozen to try, to test. And I used a sleeve of them and I loved them. They were great. They worked. I mean, you know, we have said oftentimes that you use the best ball you can afford.
Absolutely.
And this ball worked just as well as the high-end $50 a dozen balls that I have used. I won't mention any brand names, but they both start with T, and one starts with B. And these balls, as we mentioned, were $15 a dozen cheaper on average. Okay, so same quality, less money. You make the choice. You know.
Well, you know, I think you gotta pay attention to a couple things. What I want you to do is send me a couple of those golf balls because I want to cut them up.
I've got a whole dozen for you. You can play some of them too, man. Cut them up, see what they're like inside, and then play them and see how they react. Because I mean, they're just as long. I had no increase in spin, no extra fade or extra draw, or anything like that, and they checked up pretty well on the green when I hit them right. You know.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
This is a serious. It won't sound so serious, but it's a serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you consistent enough to tell?
No, that's what I said when I hit it right.
Yeah.
You know, because I
know a lot of people that do this with all kinds of equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
This ball so much a variable that on any given swing with any given club, driver, or golf ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
That all of a sudden this particular one, they just got a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
They pounded that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they attribute it to either the ball or the driver instead of realizing that they actually hit it in the middle of the face that time.
They actually did it right.
So it makes me wonder, are you?
Yeah.
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 And that's what makes me wonder when, as you talk about this golf ball, are you consistent enough to really tell how?
No. And that's a problem
Is it
with
the same?
That's a problem with most of us, casual golfers, weekend golfers, amateurs, whatever you want to call us. We're not consistent enough to make the decision to actually go and, you know, test out equipment, do a fitting for balls or for anything. Because we can't repeat that swing over and over again. We have our stellar moments. We have times when we do it right. We have times when we don't do it right. But again, you want to play the best ball you can afford because we're going to lose more on average than, you know, normal. And we're also, but you want one that's going to do what it's supposed to do when you hit it the way you're supposed to hit it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. When you're around the greens, Does it do what it's supposed to do? And does it not spin off the planet when you're hitting it off the tee?
Right. Exactly. And I have had enough proper shots to be able to gauge that, I know when I hit that Pro V1 perfectly, the way it felt, the way it sounded, the way it acted, was no different than the way I hit this RZN when I hit it perfectly. Okay. I have one sleeve and I have two of them left. Okay. I did hit one into the woods and couldn't find it. I will admit to that. But anyhow, that's what gets us. And we're always, even though we can't be consistent enough to make those decisions for ourselves, we still are searching daily for the miracle gear that's going to improve us, whether it be a club or a ball or a practice device or something. It's like, well, this'll do it. And
do you know whose equipment really can produce that miracle?
Whose?
The one with the best marketing team.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. And there's a lot of marketing going on. And I was just reading an article. The golf equipment sales have skyrocketed over where we were as of June of this year. It's like $331 million more than it was of June last year.
It's nuts. There's manufacturers out there that are having trouble even producing material.
They can't supply all of the demand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
It is.
There's a particular company that was struggling to get us our wedge order from April and May. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty popular company, and they make some pretty well-known, wedges.
Some good stuff.
And they're just having trouble getting them all here.
And one of the things that causes is frustration, because if you have a piece of gear that you want and you can't get, you might settle for something else, thinking that it's that piece of gear that's, the magic wedge that's going to totally improve, that one that lets you hit it from anywhere into the cup with a putting stroke, no matter where you are around the green. You've seen that ad, right?
I have, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. And then there's this one thing I just want to talk about. There's a golf ball. I'm not going to mention the company for two reasons. One is I don't want to cast aspersions upon them, and the other is I don't remember them. But they've been advertising on social media a lot to get you a free sleeve of golf balls. And it's a golf ball that's revolutionizing the industry. And they've got a 3-4 minute video up there and everything about how great this ball is. And it may be great, but when you get your free sleeve, what happens if you read the fine print is that you have signed up for a membership website. And after a free trial of 7 days, you're going to be billed $29.99 a month.
I have a question for you.
That's an expensive free sleeve of golf balls.
Who reads the fine print anyway?
That's it. Nobody. Nobody. So, would you accept a free sleeve of golf balls from a company that is new or unknown if you knew it was going to cost you $30 a month? My guess would be no.
No.
Right? So those are things that, social media, more golfers looking for magic cures, and less equipment being available, from the name brands, the name brand people being unable to fulfill all of the orders and all of the demand coming up. This is something that is run amok. Last week we had the Better Business Bureau folks on, and they were delineating scams left and right, man. And it's so, and they reiterate something that your mother told you when you were young. If it sounds too good to be true, it is, right? Mm-hmm. So just be careful, because there are no magic pills, So
I don't know.
A woman I once knew read an article that said that there was a new pill that made you feel like you had worked out for 30 minutes without doing anything. And she said, that's not new. They used to call that a golf ball. Yeah. Okay.
Does anybody really want a pill that makes them feel that way?
I don't know. One pill makes you larger, the other makes you small. I don't know how it goes, man. But we just want you to look out, read the fine print. That's all we're saying. I mean, it may be a great golf ball. I am casting no aspersions upon it whatsoever. It's the marketing ploy that we don't like.
Yeah, you're right. It's not good for people.
Yep.
We're not a fan.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I don't know about a lot of people that are thinking, man, everything's true if it's on the internet, right? So even this golf ball must be the best one. This golf club must be the big fix. This absolutely has to be the right thing because they're doing some marketing right on my computer to me.
Yeah.
So this must mean to me. So I don't know, how it is that people are thinking these days, but if there's some claim by a new golf ball company, a new club company, one of these magic wedges or whatever the heck it is, or this driver that hits it better than everybody else. And then all of a sudden you see people hitting it off the ground too. And all these things that you see, you got to ask yourself, really, isn't that just a 3-wood?
Yeah. Exactly. With
a little longer shaft in it or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
And I have friends and relatives who subscribe to all that stuff. I mean, I have a friend who I think over the course of the summer may have spent close to $600-700 on drivers on the internet.
What was it that P.T. Barnum used to say?
Every minute.
Yeah, like something like that, right?
Every minute you got one. Now he did get one that has actually helped, and they have absolutely no association with this radio show at all. But I'm going to tell you that he bought the driver and he bought the wedges from Bomb Tech. And they work well. They work very well. They basically stand up as far as him using them. It stands up to the hype that you have on the website.
Really?
Yeah. But then he bought another driver and couldn't even hit it. That was hyped as, the easiest thing in the world. This is going to add 50 to 60 yards to your drives. And he couldn't get it off the ground. Okay. So,
well, you can't believe that.
No. And when you get it from a website like that, it's also hard to send back,
Yeah, because there's no return address.
Yeah. Where are you guys?
P.O. box.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Wuhan? That's where we are. So just be careful. Okay. But anyhow. Want to just tell you real quick too. Got a new sponsor, and we want to welcome him into the family, and we want you to check him out because a lot of times, and Jeff, you know this too. You've got a lot of friends don't light up anything anywhere except on a golf course, and then when they get out there, they want a cigar, and a very good cigar. So they say you want a good cigar, you go to a good cigar shop, but if you want the best, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. That's our new client. We want to welcome him to the family. They can deliver you favorite cigars right to your doorstep at America's lowest prices. So you can take $20 off your purchase. You heard about it for $100 or more. If you use the promo code, write this down, GOLF20. That's GOLF20. You just need to go to famous-smoke.com/golfguys. That's famous. No, it's famous-smoke.com/golfguys. Click the activate button, apply the promo code, and you'll be able to take $20 off an order of $100 or more. They've got the best brands available anywhere. All right. And they got a 24,000 square foot humidor. Can you believe that?
That's what?
24,000? 24,000 square foot climate controlled humidor. So the stuff you get's going to be fresh.
You could put a bunch of people's houses into that.
You could, yes. So that just shows, it's going to be fresh. They've got thousands of brands and all kinds of stuff. So real cigars in your bag for the next round. Get them from a real cigar shop, shipped directly to you from a real cigar shop. Famous Smoke Shop. famous-smoke.com/golfguys. famous-smoke.com/golfguys. Use the promo code GOLF20. You get $20 off any order of 100 or more. And you can amaze and astound all of your friends on your next round. Hey, hang out with us because we got more. We're coming right back. You are passionate about your business, passionate about your golf game. There's an organization that knows not only are you passionate about both, but you would like both of them to improve. The organization is called the Back Nine Advisory Board, and soon they will be opening again for new members. It is both a business golf organization and a business mastermind. Get on the waiting list for when the new membership openings occur. Go to thebusinessgolfcourse.com and get on that waiting list for the Back Nine Advisory Board. That's thebusinessgolfcourse.com. Thebusinessgolfcourse.com. All right, so you can speed up. Would you call it a faster swing or just a more powerful swing?
Well, the first thing we can talk about it is, I know what you want to say. So we're going to talk about speeding it up first, because something's got to move faster, but there's got to be something behind it. So we do need the power.
So is the speed bring the power, or the power bring the speed, or are they two separate entities you have to work on together?
Let's just think of them as one is more burst of force that creates the speed. How's that?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Flash.
So, yes.
So exactly. And in your head, if you hear
sound effect is there.
That's it. If you hear the pew whenever you hit it, you know you got it going on. And avoid scams and try out those RZN golf balls. It was great too. I hate it when people give me stuff because I look at them and I go, "Oh, here's 3 dozen golf balls I don't have to buy." I go, "But wait, that's not the idea. I should share." And I hand out sleeves to people and I go, "Oh, maybe I should have kept that." I may need that next week. Everyone to whom I have given a sleeve has reported back that they loved it. No negative reports at all.
What he's really saying, folks, is to all those people that he's given a sleeve, he would like to have you give him a sleeve now.
Yeah. Paybacks, man. It's paybacks time.
John's supply is getting a little low, so here he is talking about it on the radio again. I've given too many of them away.
I give and I give and I get nothing. I got all excited last time because a guy I gave a couple of sleeves to came by once. He says, "Man, I love those golf balls." I said, "Great." He said, "Thank you so much, man. I owe you." I said, "Great, thank you." I thought he was going to do something for me. He said, "You get any more?" "Not for you, no."
No?
You go now.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, you've had yours. You go now. So, but no, if you ever run across me at a golf course, ask for something. I probably have something extra I will give you. Maybe a hat or a hard time.
You got plenty of hats, right? We got a bunch of hats from the PGA show a few years back. You still got any of those?
I've given those away. Yeah, we still got some left, though. We got a little stash. We should put them up.
How about that?
Yeah. We'll work some way of disseminating them because my wife keeps going, "When are you going to get these out of here? They're in the way."
You know what? You need to send me a couple of them. I'll put them in the studio.
I can do that. I will most
up behind me.
Happily do that. And you can go and see those hats, or see us on YouTube, see the hats at thoseweekendgolfguys.com. Hear the show anytime at thoseweekendgolfguys.com. Follow us on Facebook, please, at facebook.com/golfguys. And get yourself a good cigar from our new sponsor because we'd love you to do that too.
There you go.
Increase your power. Increase your speed. Hit it farther or not. Just go play some golf.